welcome back to the channel. It is Carrie here from Carrie Counts Cash. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty darn good myself. I am running some errands. It is my last day off before I go back to work, and it's been a nice quiet day here in the neighborhood. I have not been filming much for videos lately. Part of the reason is because I was waiting for my new envelopes to arrive, but they're not here yet. I'm hoping by the end of the day when I check the mail they will be. The estimated date of delivery was yesterday, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more time as far as that goes because it did come from the UK. But I figured I could not hold out any longer, and I am going to be doing my end of the month closeout video for you guys. That being said, I am not going to be doing a bill swap this month. I will be doing that at the end of the last quarter of the year, so the end of December. But I've had quite a bit of money moving all around, and I have not always been faithfully moving that on camera with you guys. So things are a bit different since the last time you've seen my envelopes. Let's have a look and see where we're at. We are going to start with my sinking funds. We will start with my high priority, and that means car maintenance to start with. I'm gonna move that right over here. In high priority, car maintenance, as you can see, is empty. In the last video, I talked about needing an O2 sensor on my vehicle, and I had pulled money out of my 5K savings challenge to cover that. The quote that they gave me wasn't quite enough. It was just off by a couple dollars. So they had quoted me $518 and they charged me $606. I had $560 in car maintenance, so I used all of that, and I do owe a little bit of money towards this still, which I will be stuffing next week. So car maintenance, we started out with $200 and we are ending with $0. Minus 200, and our balance is 0. Okay, so Christmas started out with 1,000, and I have bought a few Christmas presents. I do not have the full total here. I'm just going to kind of estimate what I think I have. Where did I put? Let me go back. Okay, so we'll say 911, because I think that's kind of close to where I ended up with the last present I bought. Minus 459 minus 45 is 861.41. So we'll say we're at about 860 for Christmas, which is $140 down. Oh wait, I said 860, didn't I? 860. Health is next, and this was my medical envelope. You will find that things have kind of shifted in names to match the new categories of my new envelope. So you are kind of getting a little bit of a sneak peek. I don't think everything is on this list. 95% of it is, but things might be a little bit different, so bear with me. Medical started out with 220, and we have 100, 150, 170, 180, 185. So that is down $35 minus 35. So 185. Home maintenance is landscaping. I feel like landscaping just sounds to me like it only encapsulates the outside of my house, and home maintenance is like any renovations, anything that I need to do to update the inside of the house, any yard work that I need to do, all of that falls under this. So I felt that home maintenance was more appropriate. We started out with 100, 200, 300, 400, but we added an extra 20 this month. And a lot of that will probably be going down the tube soon because it's November here in Canada, and we have been lucky because it's been quite warm, and it won't be that way for very much longer, I promise you. That's the first positive we got on this sheet, so that is a plus here. New car is next. That started out with 800, and we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So we added 810 this month, or sorry, we added $10 this month to make 810. My baby Polaris started out with $120, and it has 51, 50, 70, 90, $200 in Polaris. And he should be good for a little bit, so that is a positive $80 for him. And 200 here. I think I'm gonna go to the bigger pen because I'm not liking the smaller one on this right now. Okay, property tax started out with 2,000. There is 1,000 in the bank, 2,000 in the bank, and in cash we have 100, 150, 200, 210, 220, 225. So 2,000, oh, wait a minute here. Plus 225. 2,225, right? 100, 200, 1025, yep, okay. And then vet visits started out with 160, and we have 150, 160, 170. So plus $10 in there. So that is the end of high priority. But this might change up just a little bit over the next few stuffings because my adventures envelope is going to be quite a bit more of a high priority. And I think clothing I'm also going to stuff quite a bit more just to basically give me a little bit of wiggle room for my trip spending. So let's move into low priority now. And we're gonna start with clothing, because you know how I am about alphabetical. That's why they're kind of messed up on the sheet versus what's in my binder. So clothing, we started out with 50 and we have 60 here. So because things are going to be more of a priority over the next little bit, I might be changing out what I'm stuffing in each envelope for a while, just to kind of make sure that I'm gonna hit my goals. So bear with me there. Cushion is a new envelope that I don't have. I know I have a bills buffer, but I have decided that my cushion envelope will be for my sinking funds. So if I go over on any of my sinking funds, I will have this cushion. And if I go over on any of my bills, I will have my bills buffer. So they are two entirely different things, but of course it's empty. It's not here yet. DRO is my phone leasing program, and I might stop stuffing this until after my trip. It has 305. It started out with 300, so that is a positive $5. And this isn't due until October. I need another 260 in here, but I feel like that's probably quite manageable. The next thing is electronics. My electronics envelope is also not here, so there is a big fat 0 for that. Fireman's Lotto is the next one. It is fully funded at 104. Let me just actually put a line through these ones. So that got nothing. and it is 104. I think instead of stuffing coins in here next year, I'm just going to stuff $5 bills, and then so it won't be, I won't need a zipper envelope for that one. Next is household. That started out with 50. We have been spending out of here, not too badly, but we started with 50 and we're ending with 40. So that could be a lot worse. So minus 10 for that. And I keep meaning to take that receipt out of there and I never ever do. So let's do that right now. Miscellaneous started with 20 and it has 25. I'm not going to pull that out. So that was a positive 5. Special occasions, we'll just do next while we're right here. It has 55. And I'm actually going to take some money out of this because the Christmas money that I had basically calculated up here, the $860, that is a lie because $15 of that was actually like labels, Christmas labels for packages. So this is $875, so minus $125 is actually what we're gonna call this one, because I'll take the extra $15 out of special occasions for that. Okay, and so minus 20 because we had bought my mom some flowers is where that money went. And let's just jump back here to the front real quick. Budget and planner is gonna become planner supplies. And so it started out with 50 and that is what it's ending with. So no change here. And toiletries, we'll go back again. Started out with 100 and we have 50, 75. So minus 25 for that one is 75 here. Treat yourself is going to be my new wants envelope. I think that's what I'm going to resonate with the most. It's for things that I don't really need, but things that I want, so it's more of a treat, so therefore treat yourself. So it started out with 45, and in here now we have 100, 110, 120, 125. So we added a good chunk of change there this month. And I may or may not spend that next week because there's a new video game coming out. So plus 80, 125. And so last but certainly not least is my current highest priority right now. I'm gonna flip all the way to the front and it is adventures. Now you will see there are these little divider tabs in here. These are from Intentional Living here on YouTube. She's amazing. If you don't follow her, which I don't know how you don't, then go check her out. 100% recommend. And so I just wanted to get little tabs to divide up my trip spending. So I got dining, which I think I'm going to use this for tips while I'm there. Where it's an all-inclusive, I probably won't need to actually spend much on meals unless I decide to get some snacks or something out. But so dining will be for tips, and Intentional Living, this was her little freebie, her $2 bill. So I thought about keeping this, but where I'm not American and it doesn't really like do me a whole lot of good to just have like random American money sitting around my house, I think I'm gonna take this and spend this, and so I will consider that like a bonus $2. And then so that was dining. Flights, and flights are going to remain empty because like I said, I've mostly paid this off. That and the resort were covered. Resort tab here. So I think I just owe, what do I owe? Like $30 maybe? Where is it? I owe $40 more to my all-inclusive money that has already posted to my credit card. So I will be paying that back as we go. And then, so fun tab, this one I might use, like, I don't know that we'll be going on much for excursions, but I will have this if I need it. I think I'm just gonna put like the extra money that I have saved up from the trip. I'm planning to save $2,000 here. And some of that may or may not include the clothing money, but the clothing money may be separate as well. I haven't decided yet. Miscellaneous, I probably will use for like getting my nails, getting my hair done. I'm gonna do a pedicure. I've got my eyebrows waxed, or at least the booking to do that already done. So I will be saving up money for that. Sorry, there was a little hair there. So that's what this will be. I'm planning to save $250 for all of those appointments. Resorts we've already talked about. And then spending, I could put the rest of the money that I save up here instead of in fun. I haven't really decided yet. And I know that I am also going to be putting toll money in miscellaneous because my flight leaves from Halifax, so I will have to pay tolls on the way there. And weekenders, I'm gonna put the money for gas to Halifax and back in under here. So I'm gonna budget $250 for that. All in all, I'm planning for $2,000. Don't know if I can do it. We're gonna try our best. So these are gonna go back in my adventures envelope, and I'm really, really hoping they fit my new ones. But it just is really convenient to have it all broken down like that. So it says I started out with 200. All I have left in here is the $2 bill. So that was kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So minus 198 leaves $2. And that is such a weird amount for me to write down on the sheet where I'm Canadian and I don't like coins in my envelopes with the exception of my Fireman's Lotto, but it is what it is. And I'll correct that next week, but I don't know, it just strikes me as funny. So, savings, that's what I'm looking for. A little bit of a brain fart there. I will total all of this stuff up at the end. So, let's start with rollover. I'm gonna take right out of there. And this probably that, my checking account and my credit card, I might just make entirely separate envelopes, or not envelopes, but a binder for. I haven't decided yet, we will see. But we'll start out with emergency fund. So this on my sheet became oh shit. That is what I have called it on my envelope. I do have quite a bad potty mouth. I usually control myself quite well on these videos actually, but yeah, so that's what we termed it as. So we've got 2,000 in the bank. 50.75. 2,075. So that's $75. And I don't know if these 1K placeholders are going to fit very nicely in my new envelopes or not. I'm quite actually worried about that. So I guess we will see when they get here. I really am hoping at least by my next stuffing that I will have those, which I mean today that I'm filming this is Friday, so it'll be like 6 days from now. So hopefully that's a little bit of leeway and that should be enough time. So parents started out with $50 and now we have 50, 70, 90, 95, 100. So we did manage to double that one, which is exciting. Oops, plus 50. And then pet emergency, I also will be starting one for this. I know I have vet visits, but that's just more like routine stuff. But if anything was to go wrong with Poe and I needed money in a hurry, hopefully I have a little bit of money set aside for him. And it just makes sense that if I have an emergency fund, he should too, because he is one of my highest priorities. So that envelope is again not here yet, so we have nothing. Savings is going to become my future envelope, and so this will be just money that I'm setting aside for my tax-free. And we have 20, 40, 65. in here, but we have 500 in the bank. So we added $25 this month, $565. And then I also asked for an investment envelope. I might start contributing to a registered retirement savings plan here in Canada starting next year. I might not have a whole lot to put into it this coming year, so I might actually just wait and do it in 2024 because our contribution window is only so narrow. I can only contribute up to like, I think March, and I wouldn't have much to put in there, but I'm gonna try and put a good chunk of my savings in there once I have paid off my credit line. That is going to be an envelope that I don't start for a little bit yet, and I know with saving for my trip, it might not be the highest priority for a little while. So again, this one is empty and this one is empty. So my 100 envelope challenge, that's this one. Yes, I know I'm a slacker. I still have not created a label for it. It has 100, 200, 220, 225. So 225 minus 85. Don't mind me, guys. I just did a little math off camera. 140 was what we added to our 100 envelope this month. Which is pretty exciting because we had just started this. So 225 is what I said, right? Yep, that's what I said. So that's a good chunk of change, and all of this money will be going to pay off my credit line at the end of the year, and if there is any left, I will be rolling it forward for my trip. That is the plan currently. $5,000 challenge, I did fully empty this one. So the tracker is completely bare. I figure we will restart this either in the new year or once I have kind of got a little bit of a better idea where I'm gonna end up with my trip spending. So we will see how this one goes, not stuffing it for a while. So this one went from, it says 1685, but that was not entirely true because we did have more money in here as well. I think we had like 1,700 and some. So this one is minus, we'll just say 1685 because that's the number we have to work with. So 0 is what's in there now. Flip a Coin started with 130 and it has 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 235, 240. So 110 bucks was a pretty awesome contribution for this one. 110, and that means this is a 2, not a 1. I'll fix that after. Okay, Save-opoly. It has 100, 150, 100, 150, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, 320, 330, 340, 350 in Save-opoly. What is going on? That is awesome. We are at the more expensive side of the board, so I can see where that happened. So that was an additional 170. We almost doubled that one, you guys. That was so close to being twice what we started out with. Snakes and Ladders started out with 155, and it has 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 235, 240. And I think if I can do math, that means we added $85. Yep. Okay, Pac-Man started out with nothing. This one's just kind of like a challenge where I add as little or as much as I feel like randomly, like it's not an every week kind of thing. And so we started out with 0 and we have 30 in here. But I don't know if I want to just kind of reallocate this one for now into my adventures fund and start restuffing this again in the new year or when I restart my 5K challenge. But I'm debating on it because I don't plan to put a whole lot of love in this one for a while. Okay, And we'll do no spend next. So we started out with 10 in here, and now we have $20, $30, $40, $55. So I'm pleased with that. I will say that for this 2-week period, I'm not doing so hot. I have not had a no spend day yet. There is, like I said, still 6 days left of this pay period. I'm anticipating hopefully tomorrow and the next day will be no spend days, but I really just can't keep my hands off my credit card lately. It's just been like stupid little things and like groceries and gas, and like every day I find it something small, but it really builds up. Okay, and now I am going to go grab my jars for my 10 and my $5 saving challenge, because I have decided with my new envelopes coming, I am going to put this money in the jars every single month, and then so that they just don't get too bulky. So I'm gonna go grab the jar. I'll be right back. Okay, let's start with our $5 savings. And so in here we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, $75 in fives this time around. That's not all from this month, but we are going to tuck them in the jar. And I know this says 230 here, but I'm going to add 75 onto 190, which is the amount of fives in the jar. And so that gives us 265, which last month we ended up with 230. So that was an additional $35 in fives this month, if that little weird bit of math makes sense. So $10 is back here. And yes, I know, still random 50 in there. We're just gonna pretend that it's not there. So in the jar, we started out with 240. Here in cash, we have 50, 60, 70, 80. $80 in tens. And we're going to keep the 50 out of sight, out of mind, tuck it right in. Didn't really work because it's right in the middle there and you can see it. Hey guys, so this is Future Carrie popping in just to say, I noticed when I was editing, I always managed to screw these up somehow, but what I ended up doing was I had miscalculated my $10 savings challenge. So I ended up doing that off camera, correcting that. It wasn't that the jars were incorrect or anything like that, but I had just written the wrong number in this column, which literally threw off all of my other math. So we are just gonna go over the final count here. So we ended up with our savings in $4,465 this month. Now last month we had $9,655, but keep in mind we not only finished our $3,000 savings challenge, but we pulled money out of our 5K to pay off some flights and car maintenance and things like that this month. So that is down quite a bit of money, but that is okay. And we had made a big dent in our debt. So we started out the month with like $7,800, I feel like. Don't quote me on that number, but that was the beginning of October, and we ended with $3,330. So that was a huge chunk, and that is mostly where our savings went to other than car maintenance. So I'm very happy with that. And in sinking funds, we ended up with $5,726. Now, if we compare that to last month, we had $5,734, which, after spending all of the money in adventures and all of the money in car maintenance, which was like $900, we are only down by $8 this month. So that means we did stuff a lot of money into our sinking funds this month, even though we've already spent it. So I'm really not mad about it. Last month in total, we ended with $15,389, and this month we are ending with $10,191, which is down from $5,198, but my debt is also down, and I've had some important things done on my car that needed to be done, and I am such a happier camper just because I have a sunny destination booked in February, and I could not be more excited about that. So that is where the dust settles on our October savings update and our sinking funds, and I'm gonna let you get back to the regularly scheduled content, which is the original tale that I had filmed to say peace out. So I will see you on probably, do I work Thursday? So today's Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I work. So no, I don't work Thursday, so I will be doing my regular cash stuffing on my regular time. And hopefully, cross your fingers, y'all. Keep your fingers crossed for me that I have my new envelopes at that point and I can debut them with you all. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for sticking around for this video that was all over the place. I really appreciate your support. Y'all are the best. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!